So I'm just in North London, guys, and that place here with that awful wire, and I'm going to take you round it, is none other than Pentonville Prison. So hold that thought and let me show you the front gates. So I'm just near the front gates. So that calf sandwich bar is appropriately named the Breakout. So when you get out of that prison, they give most of them, the ex-lags, a job in there. I watched a documentary on YouTube, but I mean, you can't, it's not really, I don't think you can really see a good view, but that is the iconic front gate at Pentonville Prison. My good friend Alex Reed got out of there 4 years ago. Believe it or not, Alex doesn't even have a criminal record. It was some kind of legal thing. I think he ended up going to prison for 6 weeks or something like that. And it's not only the hardcore people who've been in there, you know, like your Reggie Craze and that. George Best has been in there. John L. Gardner, who beat Paul Sykes, has been in there. Of course, your Roy Shaws, you know, John Christie was hung in there in 1953. Hugh Cornell, the Stranglers, Keith Allen, the actor, John Alford, the actor, Pete Doherty, the musician. As I said, you know, there is some of the serious villains that have been in there. You, Roy Shaws, George Michael was in there. But when I look at that front gate, I mean, that is the front gate that, you know, when Oscar Wilde was tried for being gay, I think it was called gross indecent acts or something like that. So it must have been about 1895. So he spent 2 years of his life inside Pentonville Prison. Or he was sentenced to 2 years, I think it was. You know, he did get a pardon many years later. But, you know, back then, being gay was... I mean, obviously, you've got to remember, homosexuality was only made legal in 1967. So if you could imagine, what's that, 70, 80, nearly 100 years before that, then people viewed it as like paedophilia. Quite often people would walk up and spit at Oscar Wilde, and you know, he was well, I wouldn't say alleged, he was tried, wasn't he? But he was seeing the Lord Marquess of Queensberry's son, and that's who waited for him at them gates. So I find it really surreal to think the genius, the exquisite Oscar Wilde got out with them gates. But I'm going to have a look on the side, and I'm going to see if there's anything more, how can I put it, prison-y to kind of look at and maybe zoom in. Well, there you go. So those are actual cells, and it looks a dungeon, doesn't it? The famous, world famous, well, infamous really, isn't it? Pentonville Prison. I think it's a Y young offenders institution as well. But it's a shame really that I've just had a look. There's no, obviously the front door is behind them gates, but you can't get in, basically no people, unless you're getting out of there or you're going in, you've got no business to be in there basically. But yeah, Pentonville Prison. And I had a look, I walked around last night with Ed, and you can't really see anything more prison-y than what you're looking at there. But yeah, some of the most, I mean, do you know what? It's only a Cat C prison now. Obviously, they go from double A to D. You know, D's an open prison. C, which is what that is, which is kind of, you're not really trusted to be going out, but you're not the worst of the worst, if you like. Although I'm told it was a lot more, it may have even been an A or a B years ago. Pentonville Prison, it's a shame there's not really more things to see